welcome. So in our previous episode, we managed to add in a lot of functionalities to our app. At least right now, we can resume back to the step we are on and actually coming up to this page right now. I use that functionality to resume back to this point. Okay. So what we want to do right now is to complete the process. Okay. We have to go to this additional information. Can just go to the additional information and add this information, and then afterwards what we want is to save. Okay, is to save this data, and then after this we need to send a welcome email, and then we push the user to the login where they can log in to the dashboard. Okay, so let's just work on sending the email. So we already have one email template. Okay. We already have one email template. If you look in what we did, if you just look at create a user, I guess, let's first see what is happening in create a user. So if you look at create a user here, we actually have this. We are sending a new user, blah, blah. We are sending the message. So you can see the messages here. Okay. So this one is, what did we call it? Medilab or something, online doctors. Online doctors. Okay. So this is the one we are sending on upon registration. So now what we want is to send another one. So you can see here the template needs this. So either we'll create another template or we work with this one. Okay. It is also much possible. We can also work with this one, or we can create another. Maybe we actually just create a new template. So I will just go to the where templates, where we have the templates in components. So if you just go here, we have emails and we have this email template. I'm going to simply duplicate this, Control C, Control V, and I'm just going to call this welcome. So welcome email, welcome email. Okay. So now we have we need to send a welcome email, and the only thing it only needs the first name, okay, and the message. Only those two things, first name and the message. So you just come here and we're just going to change this one to welcome exposed const. I'm just going to say this one welcome email, and then I'm going to remove this. We need only these two things. Now in the preview, or actually we also need, maybe we call this subject. Okay, so just going to call it like subject, or we call it the, I just call it preview text. Okay, so just taking this as a string. So just go and add this preview text. Okay, and then you can just use this preview text here, and then down we for the images, it is good that we are going to be using the hosted images. I will show you how to get to those images. Now this button, we don't need it. Okay, as simple as that. Yeah. uh, Right now we don't need this is good enough. Okay, so this one I thought let me see, const welcome email. Again, there's export default. Okay, just update here. Welcome email. Still have one error though. Is it here? Okay, so we have this welcome email. Okay, we have this welcome email, and for the images, what we can do is, for instance, we can just create a simple logo. Quickly, you can go ahead and create like a simple logo from Canva, and we'll be using it for most of our purposes. So we can just create a logo, maybe just say uh, height of 100, width of maybe 300, and height of 100. Okay, something like this, and just go ahead and create. So you can just go ahead and create this. We have we use the telescope. Is it telescope or microscope? Use the microscope. So you can just go here, actually in these elements, search for microscope. Okay. So go to graphics and trying to get the one that we can use. Okay. Uh, let's first look at this. Okay. Can simply get one. I don't know. Nice. Just get one. For purpose of demonstrating, just get uh your logo. This is for purposes of demonstration, and we can leave it even black. Okay, can leave it black, and let's put a text: online doctors. Okay, just like this. And you can just go ahead and make it uh bold. You can make it bold, and I think that's it. So I'm just going to go with this one. Okay, I'm going with this. So go ahead and download this. So I'm just going to go ahead and download, and you could just have a transparent background. Download it. Okay. Now, if you want to create a link out of this, there are so many ways. You could just still use Cloudinary. So, not Cloudinary. You could still use upload thing. Okay. You could just let me just go ahead and sign in. Okay, so you could just go ahead and relocate our project. So it is here medical app, and we can just go to files, and you can just simply upload a new file. Okay, just go ahead and upload a new file. This one, upload. Okay, so it is here, and I think we can get the link. This one. Okay, so get this link, and let's use this link here. So here we can just go ahead and use the link just like this, and the same thing, by the way. The same thing to this other one. So we have the two templates. This one we could just go ahead and put the logo. It seems the logo is black. I would have left the background, I guess. So you just put this link there, and that's it. So now let's go ahead and we are going to test sending of this email. You just go to the server action here, and you could just copy this part here of send mail. So you need to first create a new instance of resend on top here, for instance. Okay, and we have also to destructure the data that is coming. Okay, so I'm just going to get these two things here. So what we could also do is, how are we going to know it is the last step? So we can I think what we could also just do is creating another one. So we have this update by ID. Okay, so we could just go here and we create another one. Which one have you been using? Onboarding. So let me just go copy one. We're just going to use, so here we have been having this get application by track. Which one have you been using? Okay, so I've been using this. Okay, update doctor profile. Okay, so we can just say we're not going to edit this one, so we can just call another thing that is doing exactly the same thing almost. This, let me just go ahead and copy this. Just copy. So down here, I'm just going to put it, and let's rename this to complete doctor profile. So you can just see here, complete complete profile. So text in ID, the same thing, even the data. Now, here we have to destructure the data because we actually need some things. So I'm just going to go to we just go to here in the types. I'm just going to look at this final step. I think it is this one having additional information, this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and just copy this. Okay, and I can just go here, complete. So the first thing I'm just going to do is to destructure the information. Const brackets is equal to data, and the data I'm just going to destructure is, let me first paste this one here, is going to be the education history, research, and accomplishments. Okay, can just go ahead and get accomplishments. Actually, we could just leave it data. The fact that we have this ID, yeah, we might just not need even to destructure this. Okay. Um, we might just come here, and what we just need to do is first fetching the ID. So I'm just going to get this. So you just need to come here and you say existing profile. So you just say existing profile is equal to prisma dot doctor profile dot find unique where ID. So we don't need this data. So we need the existing profile, and from this existing profile we can of course get the first name. Okay, we can get the existing profile, of course, and we can just create an if statement that if no profile. So we would have checked this for, I guess, all of them. So just say here if no existing profile. Okay, so you can just go ahead and return this. Okay, data null, status 404, and here error profile not found. Okay, okay, so when that one is successful, we need so before we update the profile, we need to send an email. So here we have sent a welcome email. Okay, just like this. I'm just going to go ahead and copy a sample from here. So the first thing we have to activate the resend on top here, this with the API key. So copy that and let's go on top here. We activate resend. Okay. And then after that, we need to have the first name, and then of course with this. So I'm just going to copy from here up to here. Control C, and I'm just going to simply come here down. Okay, here and paste this. So the first of all, the first name is going to come from the existing profile dot. So let's just first look at what is there. dot, I think we have the first name. So dot first name. Okay, and we don't need to split or anything. This is direct. Okay, so dot first name. Then instead of link text, we have preview text. Preview preview text, which is welcome. Welcome to online doctors. Online doctors, whatever your brand you have used, you can specify your brand here. Okay, so here the message is going to be thank you for registering. Okay, you can just say thank you for joining online doctors, for joining online doctors. We are so grateful that we have you on board. Okay, so at this point, you could also suggest some readings or whatever, like a blog or something. You could send also a link or something. So to this email, we have to also get the email. So const email. So down here, const email is equal to existing profile dot email. Okay. So the email will be sorted in that way. The subject is also going to be welcome to online doctors. Welcome to online doctors. Okay. And I don't know why this two is complaining. Okay. Type string or not. It doesn't say no type string or string. So we just come here and we just say as string, just like that. Okay. So that one is taken. So just going to call a welcome email. And for this one, we just need first name, preview text, only that. Yeah, the only things we need, three things. So here the updated profile is update where ID, and then we text in the data, and then we now have it like this. Then on this side, where is additional info. So when this one comes back, when the response, so here we have const raise, and then set additional data. So if response status is 201, set loading to false to profile. So this one, profile completed successfully, and then we have to route. Okay, so now this time we have to route them to the login, and I mentioned here. So let's just route this to the login. And whether you could also send after like here, but yes, we sent at from that side, which is okay. So just go and see if you're going to be routed to the login, and it will also send an email. Okay. So save everything and let's go and see. I'm just going to refresh one more time. Okay. So let's just go and have a fake filler here. And just go and add some documents. just add black, orange, this is, it seems like to be pretty big. I need something that is really small. So just upload this. Okay. And this last one we could just say here complete. The button, we can just change that button to really okay, complete. Okay. Okay, so now maybe it could just be complete. Okay, that is good enough. So just go and try, see what will happen. So I'll just say complete. Okay, something happened. And so the fact that there was noticed, let's first check what happened. Okay. Uh, let's see. Oh, so we didn't change. Sorry. We didn't change. We didn't change the. We didn't change here. This is not supposed to be the one. So we need to change this here. So it's not supposed to be update. It's supposed to be complete profile. Okay, so this is the one we're supposed to use. Complete profile. I guess I have to refresh. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this and upload some files. And just click on complete. Okay, so you still have some issues. Let's just go and see what is happening. So additional information, blah blah. Let's see what happened. It doesn't show any sign of what is happening. Uh, let's first see what is the possible problem. So send the information. Let's also confirm all the data we need if we have it here, by the way. Before I call these, I guess I don't know if we confirmed everything in the, let's first go to inspect console. So where are we getting the information? It's supposed to give some information. Since there's no information actually, just wait a second. So we have the form. Right, file upload. where are we adding this? So we have two things in state. We have additional docs. I guess only that. Let me see. Yeah. Others are coming from the form, so those ones they enter state. These ones they enter state. So here we just add the additional docs. And then we have to send this. Raise is await complete doctor profile. And we also send the data. And then set additional data. And if raise is 201, let's look at the response. Are we getting the ID? Because here we are saying it only happens if we have the ID. Let's confirm we are getting the ID. And this is the ID of the form ID. We're supposed to have the ID. Let's first check if that ID is there. Actually, okay. Can just first check if that ID is there. So go ahead and we can just go back here and let's console.log. Let's console.log form ID. So we get this from up here. In here, well, we have this form ID. Yeah, they just go and just console.log form ID. Okay. Console.log form ID. So line 33 for now is returning null. So we don't have the form ID, so therefore it cannot update. Okay. So why don't we have the form ID? So how we are getting the form ID after retrieving back, we set the data in state. So if you're looking at the tracking, when everything is okay, you can see we are saving saved db data raise.data. So I guess the data is here. Let's just go to this profile and let me just try to console.log that data. So we must be having it here, saved db data. So I'm just also going to go ahead and console.log this, saved db data. So let's see, I don't know. Oh, we refreshed the, sorry. So you're not supposed to refresh, of course, you know, the state. Even if we send this to the state, we cannot get the ID. Okay. So what we can do is that we have to go back and let's just go do it one more time. So I'm just going to go and let's go to this part where we resume. So just resume. Let me just get one user here. It is this. This is a profile, and just go paste it here. Submit to resume. Okay, so you can see you resume at this point. So now we are supposed to have the data in state. Okay, you can see the data is here from the context. We have all this data, and I can just see. So of course, even this other one we have it. So if you check in state right now, we have data. So finally, it's just like to go ahead and we fill in this. Okay, and for some reason, even this one has the data, guys. Okay, even this one has the data. I think one of them worked. I think the first time we did it. Okay, let me just try to see that did they send an email? Let me check. And which email is in there? Oh no. So they send to this. They send to this email. Okay, so let me just go and remove this. Put an actual email. Okay, so that we confirm. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. Okay. So I'm not sure if this will be picked because we are just changing it right now. So what we'll just do, I will also still go back to this page. I'm just going to go back, refresh. So just refresh, get the tracking. Let's just have the tracking number. And let's add it here. Submit. Okay, so let's go to this step and let me fill in the information. So for instance, I use fake filler here. Let me just add the academic documents. I'm just going to go ahead and add in this. Okay. I'm just going to confirm by just putting here my education history. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to complete this time. Let me see. Still, it is saying we don't have. Okay, let me just see if we have this data. Okay, so let me just first see it is on what. So you're in the profile. So they just see we have the saved data from line 38. context. So I'm seeing data is in the context. Practice, then onboarding steps, math profile upload. So for some reason, I'm not seeing however much we have the data in state. I'm not seeing this where I'm consulting on line 30. I have line 38. I don't know why line 38 is not even running. Okay. So form ID is coming from actually app. Okay. So form ID comes from app. Okay. What you're supposed to do is we could just come here and where we are passing this uh ID. So in this we could also just say we could just check. Okay, we could just check and see that if we could just come and just say if form ID is true, then we could just use form ID. Else, we could just use the saved data dot ID. Okay, something like this. I don't know if you're supposed to update all the information like this, or for some reason we could just go to this practice onboarding steps. So onboarding steps, they're the ones where we have this, we're having this tracking and this. We could also get the saved DB data. So on where we have this, if the doctor profile ID is available, then we put doctor profile ID. Else we use saved dbdata.id. So just have to put this logic, all of them. Okay, just copy this. Okay, we just have to put all these steps. First step, second step, third. Okay. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's just go and check the form ID. Yeah. So you can see now additional on 33, we have the form data. So that's great. We have the ID, you can see here, we are getting it in state, which is really a nice thing. And I think even this uh, thing goes to the tracking number. So let me just also go to the tracking number on onboarding steps. So here you can see we have the tracking number, and we're also passing putting the tracking number somewhere on the screen. I guess if I scroll down somewhere, I will have to see it somewhere. Okay, so if the tracking number, so right now is not there, or so if tracking number, or okay, saved db.id. Okay, so just go ahead and so here we'll just come, instead of showing the tracking number, it we have to put a condition here. If tracking number is true, then we show tracking number. Else is going to be saved db.data.id. Okay, we have to do that kind of math. Not id is supposed to tracking, the tracking number, I guess. Not showing the id, supposed to be the tracking number. The spelling now, I guess, if you check on this data here, what is the spelling of the tracking number? Let me just go and see tracking. What is the tracking number? SP2 ID, insurance, last name, middle name, other profile. Okay, so it is here. Tracking number. Okay, so here's not you, just a tracking number, just like that. Okay, so we have the tracking number now. This is coming from the database. Okay, so now we are good. Now it should work. My education history. Why am I filling in this? Just use that. Just go ahead and upload the file one more time. Uh, Upload this file. Upload failed. Are you serious? Okay, let's go ahead and complete now. Fingers crossed. Profile completed successfully, and we are directed to the login. Let's check if we have the email. That's the most important. Voila. Medical app. Welcome to Online Doctors. And okay, so the logo is there, but we need to work on it. But the email is here. Okay, hey Martina, thank you for joining Online Doctors. We are so grateful we have you on board. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. So this is so far really so good. I like this. The email have come, so and then we have been redirected to the this. We can just go ahead now. Actually, so now you can see that this person actually is logged in. Like, so what it means is that if the person has already logged in, we have to actually direct them to the dashboard. So I mean, if someone just accidentally went to the login, they shouldn't log in one more time. So to the login page, okay, I think we can just go to the login here. So you can just check the, we can just check session. I think we can just say const, we could just say do something like const session is equal to await get server session, and then let's pass in auth options, and let's make this async just like this. Come on, it's supposed to be just like async, just like that. And then we first check if session, this time if session, then we just need to redirect. So we need to redirect from next navigation. Just let's redirect to the dashboard. Okay, we can just redirect to the dashboard. Okay, guess that's it. If session, then we should just like redirect this person to the dashboard, and you can see it has just happened. Okay, so right now, even if you just say login, let's go to the login. It does not go to the login because there is session. Okay, that's great, because if someone has already logged in, they should just now be redirected to the dashboard. Okay, though there is one thing I need us to complete on this form. There is one thing that is remaining. So you just go and resume and see what will happen. And by the way, we didn't send the page. I don't know. Did we send the page? Let me just get this one more time. Okay. Submit. Okay. Yeah. So I think it was kept. And look at this. Everything is in a state except for these files. The files, we said they were somehow complicated to display them, but it is there. Okay. The one thing I just want us to work on is the dark mode of this page. So if you just go to the dark mode, things are not quite right. Okay. So let's first go and see the background more especially. So let me just go back to the onboarding steps. I think the form is designed based on this side. Okay, so we can see, I think it is here. We have BG Slate 100. Then we have the column. Okay, the other column. So first of all, we could just say dark, and we say BG Slate 800. Okay, something like that. Okay. In fact, I just make it to match. I think this 950. Let's see. Okay. Could just also make it like that, and that means the steel Now in the dark mode, where we have this text, T600, in the dark, it has to be text till maybe 400, something like this. Okay, so that it looks fine. Yeah. Okay, and then also there is this weird border. So that border has also to change. That border has to change, and the border is also here, border to gray 200. So in the dark, it has to be border slate maybe 600, something like this. Cool it down, and that is this other one. We have so many borders. Why do we get these borders? We have one more border. Let me copy this. So we have more two borders. So I changed the one there. We need to change the one here. So this, okay. Yep. And then one here, which I think is it in the form. It is in the individual forms. Okay. Let's meanwhile change also. I don't know if this side need to be changed. We could just leave it like that. I don't know. Do we need to change it in the dark mode? Uh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me see. Okay, we could just also go ahead and change it, and it is also here. BG's rate this. So I think even here was BG BG slate 100, and this one was 300. So even here we have to make it cited. So here just say in the dark, I was gonna say BG slate. Okay, like how about 700, and we see how that one looks like. Oh, in fact, there is this background, which I believe was it the same? There is the background, and then there is each individual of these items. I think that is fine. Maybe that border. So that is the same border. Yeah. So for this here, let's look at that. For this item, which I guess is this one. Okay, so it has BG tier. It has BG tier 800. So in the dark, BG tier maybe 500 or 400. And then the text has to change, because if we change it to that, like this, I think the text has to be black. So text dark, text slate, maybe just 600. Let's see. Yeah, I guess feels like we are still in white. BGT, it has to be really like for it to come out. Alternatively, we could just leave it dark. Let me see. Could just leave it actually, just like I think it's looking fine. Yeah, just leave it at that. I guess so. There is this thick border below this information. It looks weird, but now on all forms, it's like too much work. Okay, just go and change this dark border. So just copy this. And this was not designed in within here. It is in these each individual steps where we have this border here. So the hard way is the only way. So I'm just going to simply uh, have to go and do this. However painful it is to change on all pages, I wish we could just have somewhere could have put this and which we have to change only once. Uh, we're on the second last, and finally we are on the last one. And by the way, so guys, the course is starting on next week. Okay, next week on Monday. I think it will be which date? I'm not so sure. Let me see the date. It will be 22nd. So the course is starting on 22nd May. Okay. And guys, you can just sign up. I will put the link in most of the videos and also in the group. I'll put the video so that you can sign up. Um so right now we are good. We don't want to send another email, but right now we are so good. Most of the things we have done them. We have sent. Uh, we have done most of the things. Okay. Mm, there's one thing missing. I feel like the cars somehow don't match. Is that how is it looking like? Mm, so light mode looks really great. So in the dark, it becomes that. How about this beige slate becoming more maybe more darker or something? Okay, for now, let's just leave it at that. Really, just leave it at that. You can just go ahead and modify this dark mode to your liking. For now, let's leave like that and let's go to the dashboard. Okay. So finally, we are on the dashboard and done with onboarding. We have done all the things on the onboarding. We have all the functionalities we wanted. Now, finally, we come to the dashboard. So the dashboard has a lot of things, okay? But one thing we have to edit, okay? So one thing we have to edit, I'm just going to show you what I mean, but we are just going to modify the dashboard a little bit to fit what you want. The first thing is to clean up these links, and we leave only the links that matter. Okay, we need to change some of these pages to the pages that matter. Secondly, I need to change the layout a little bit. First of all, we'll have these links here. We'll have appointments, tasks, inbox, and patients. So I'm just using this. I got this from a senior developer somewhere. He was presenting. I like the layout. I think the layout is so good. Let me first refresh for you. See, I think the layout of this thing is really nice. Okay, like for instance, these are the appointments. So you see, we have appointments and we have the count of the appointments here, and then we have the time here. Okay, and then we have all these things here, these appointments, the way they're going to be coming. And on this side we have this showing the details of the appointments, and if you tap in any of these ones, you look at this, if you tap in this, it selects this and then it gives you all the details on the side. This is really nice. Okay, so the doctor can look at the patient details, and if you go to patients, they're using this layout over and over. So you have like here a list of patients on this, and you can also display some information here. And then when you click on any of these patients, now you have a detailed page. You can see patients on a specific ID, and you now have different tabs for this patient. Okay, this is really nice, guys. We can have this information for these people. You can see here. So just going to modify a little bit to adapt to this. Okay, of course we'll remain with our beautiful things, but then we have to adapt to this. So the first thing I'm just going to do is somehow updating the links. Okay, so the doctors have to have appointments, tasks, inbox, patients, and this. Okay, and so what we just going to do is when we just come, where is the sidebar? So we also just have to take into consideration of the mart role. Okay, so when I just go here, when I go here, where is my sidebar? I even don't know where I am right now. Can someone tell me where I am? Onboarding, emails, dashboard, sidebar. Okay. So right now you can see we have the sidebar, and we are displaying these sidebars just like this. We now have to actually have the authenticated. If you just see here in this, if you go in the back in the layout here, you see we actually get session. Okay, so we can quickly get this session, and we send this very session to the sidebar. Okay, just send this session to the sidebar, and let's go to the sidebar, receive this session. So you can just see, come here, see that I have session. So receive this session. Okay, so type session. Okay, from, I don't know, next auth or Prisma client. I don't know even. I have no idea. But I just take this one from next auth. Okay, so now we have the session. Okay, we can't get the user quickly. Okay, you all know we can just distract a user from the session. So we have the user, and from the user you can get the role. So say const role is equal to user dot role. Okay, we have that. So you guys have role just like this, and then from this role we can get the sidebar links. Okay, and we can sort of do it in such a way that in here we have, for instance, sidebar links. We need to display links according to their roles. Okay. Um, these links. Let me just check in one of my sidebars. Just a second. To check the easiest way, just like I'm just going to. Let me just also navigate, get the sidebar. Okay, so the only thing you just need to do is actually have it, as you can see. So we have, for instance, the role. Here was passing in the role, which actually just is only needed here. I don't know why didn't we pass in just a role? Did we pass in the whole session to get the role? We have to do it like this, guys. I don't know why we just passed in so many things. Okay, so now we have these roles as an object, and then in these roles, for instance, user then has the links. Okay, you can see has all these links, and then admin has these links, so that it is very easy to come down here and we have the role, and we say nav links is roles at the role. This is really so cool. Okay, I'm just going to use that concept. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and just copy this. Okay, close this out, and just come here. I'm going to leave the sidebar, so pasting this here. Okay, so we have, of course, three roles. If you check, this role is of enum user role. Okay, is of user role, which is great. So let's go and just determine a container. So we have the user, the doctor, we have admin. Okay, let's just look at what do we need. Let's start fresh. So for the user, and that is the patient, right? Do we have which roles do we have on this enum? Can I check? Do we have a user, just a user, or we have patient? So the role is of user role by default is, so we have user, admin, and doctor. So the user is the patient. Okay, so that's okay. So we have this, it says this, it has to have my appointments. Okay, it has to have my appointments, and this is going to be a dashboard. Um, we might just go ahead and just create dashboard user. Okay, user and then appointments. Okay, so appointments, I don't know, folder. Okay, we could just appointments. Let's just go and see. And Rosity. Okay, let me just go and search for some icon appointments. Can I use just alarm clock for appointments? Alarm clock, alarm clock. Where is the alarm clock? It is, yeah, it is here. Then what else do they have? For now, let's just put appointments and profile maybe. I don't know. Just like profile. Or to just be settings. In fact, settings. Okay, so student settings. User settings actually. User settings. And then this one is just going to be settings, which is a gear, I guess. No, I just use settings. Settings from Rosette. Setting. Do you already have settings? I guess. Okay, for the admin, we'll have dashboard. We'll have ban. We'll have, for instance, doctors. Okay, we'll have doctors, and this is going to be doctors. And here, I don't know how do we represent. Um, Doctors are users, so just like put like a user something. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use users. Okay, users. Okay, so users, we already have it. And then we have patients. Okay, dashboard patients. And this one is also just users. Okay, and then finally we have appointments. Appointments, and this is going to be appointments. Okay, then let's see what is. Okay, we shall just be adding, of course, settings, settings, and then this is going to just be settings. Okay, so that is the admin. Just like duplicate this to this one is doctor, I guess. Okay, so you have doctor. You just have to have dashboard. You can look at patients. Okay, so just going to add in these new ones we saw. These ones. So tasks inbox. So just go ahead and just say, just to duplicate the some of these ones. So we have tasks. And these ones are going to change. Dashboard, we could just say we put them on doctor. Dashboard doctor tasks. Now tasks. And then next is inbox. Inbox. And this one's going to be doctor inbox. Here you can just use email. And it's just like email or mail. Uh, what else settings they can see also settings. What is patients? They can look at the patients and then billing. I think billing is just going to put in the settings, so that's okay. This is going to be doctor settings. Patients, they can look at the patients appointments. Okay, just like that. Appointments, I'm just going to use alarm clock. Okay, so now after we have defined all these links, so for instance, if you just know, if you just go roles to user or roles.user, and you can access an array. That's why we have this sidebar. Instead of putting here the sidebar links, we're just going to bring sidebar, say, late sidebar is equal roles at the role. So you can just go ahead and just comment this out. And we have roles at a role, this role that we have from the session. So we have one problem, actually a couple of them, and it is, I think, due to so if you just look at sidebar.map, now the item I think right now is we still have it, title path, uh, uh, if you look at this, they're saying sidebar links. They supposed to have exactly the same thing. Icon, then item dot name badge, badge count. Okay. Let's first look at. Let me just go back a step. So these ones are having a name, path, and icon. Okay, so we have first we have title, so it's supposed to be name. We simply just change where there is name or title, just put just simply that. So this becomes name. This becomes title. Okay. Now we have what we have badge count. I don't know if we need to maintain that. Really, I'm not sure if we need to show here, because when you click on appointments, it will show you the number of appointments here. So let's just remove the badge count. What you can just do if you need it, I'm just going to comment it out. Okay. So now I even don't know who is logged in, but we should have some links. Okay, so dashboard, appointments, patients, tasks, inbox settings. I'm not sure who is logged in. We can also just tell from here, we put the role so that we know whom we are dealing with. Let me just go and put the role here. And then even here, we have to change this to log out. I think for the doctors, they have to see it. They can upgrade to Pro. So this one, I'm just going to leave it. But we are going to indicate someone log out. I think also on this side. Okay. So one more thing. What do I need to do? Okay. I wanted to put the, let's go to the back. Let's go to this back page. So you can just come in and just say, we can also have access to this session at this point. Const session, so not inside here, outside here. So just say const session is equal to await get server session, which is we path in auth options, and then this one we make it async. Okay, so then from this session we can just go ahead and destructure const user is equal to session dot user. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and just say, for instance, on top here that just say put like a bit and say the user role is, and we just can just simply put here user dot. Okay, just going to put a user dot role so that we can just see it here. Okay, so the user role is doctor. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. This would be, it would be weird if he's not a doctor and he signed in as after onboarding. That would be really weird. But we have the right role, we have the doctor. Okay. Now remember that now on this we'll have three sorts of admin. Okay, we'll have when the role is doctor, blah 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 blah, like that. As you can see, that is why we have a this sort of like doctor. This is the admin dashboard. So I'm just going to create three dashboards. Okay, not like really necessarily, like I think the welcome page, this dashboard. We could just go ahead and create, for instance, doctor dashboard, which doesn't make sense. Which is like, I don't know. If that is a better way, for instance, would have, for instance, doctor slash, sorry, we could just have something like doctor slash, okay. Mm, mm, um, Alternatively, it is also not so much necessary. Okay, we could just go and create that, or Like we just check in. If someone logs in, we push them to the doctor dashboard, or we could just send them to. We still have slash dashboard, but then we use condition rendering. So which one is better? I think just go and create that doctor dashboard. Okay, so we just have patient or user. So in here in the doctor dashboard, all these links you're seeing here, they be belonging to the doctor or to admin. So I'm just going to create two folders. One is going to be doctor. So this will hold all the links for the doctor, even I think the layout. And then here, just going to create another one, which is user. So this one will hold all things for the user. So in the doctor, we can just go ahead and that means we can't create them inside we can't create them inside the dashboard. Okay. Yeah. So like for the other ones, we try to put the we'll put the pages. Let me see. For that one is really not necessary. We just have these ones to put other pages, as you have seen in the sidebar, that we are pushing all these links to, for instance, dashboard, doctor, tasks. Okay, so eventually we'll have to create this. But the weird one is if we create dashboard, for instance, then dashboard, well, it makes sense. If we like dashboard, I know it doesn't make sense. We can't have dashboard doctor slash dashboard. This that would be a weird one. The way we are seeing here on this. So the doctor, for instance, has the dashboard here. So this would be weird if we had something like doctor and then slash dashboard. So this looks not right. Okay. That doesn't look right. So what is right is pushing them to the dashboard, but this one is okay. Dashboard doctor tasks. Okay. So let me just go to page, and then on the page here, we can just like simply just render the dashboards. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and create almost 3 dashboards, or we could just leave this original one to the doctor, and we just simply go and say that in the components dashboard. Okay. So in the dashboard, we need to create, for instance, doctor dashboard, doctor dashboard.tsx, RFC. Okay, so I'm just going to say H2, and I'm just going to say doctor dashboard. Okay, and then just going to create the last one, which is the patient dashboard. .tsx, RFC, and this is going to just be like patient dashboard, H2 patient dashboard. Okay, great. So now that we have these ones, now you just go ahead and render these ones. So you just come to page where we have this. Now that we have the user, we can also go ahead and just get the role. So const role is equal to user dot role, just like this. Okay, and then we can just come here and return different things, okay, according to whoever is logged in. So this one is going to be for the admin, okay. So what we can just do is saying um, we could just say, for instance, if here um, we could even intercept from app or intercept from here. I think any of them can work. For instance, we could just say if role is equal to, so for instance, uh, a doctor, and then here we could just render doctor. Okay, so this, I think I know the clean one would be using the if statement. So you could just come like here on top and you say if role is equal to, for instance, doctor, and then you just go ahead and say return, and then you can just go ahead and return the doctor dashboard. So you just say doctor, like the doctor dashboard here, okay, and you just do another if the role is user, then you just return user dashboard. Did I call it user dashboard or patient dashboard? They put patient dashboard, patient. Why they call it patient dashboard? Okay, just like this. And if any of these doesn't work, as you can see, if the doctor, it will return means to stop here. If it doesn't, then it will go here, and then finally it will be here. Okay. So since I want to show the role, I could just also cut this. Okay, and in this return, I would do something like, for instance, put this, and you can first put this. Did I just go to the doctor just like that? Okay, so you could just go ahead and do the same here. Let's just go ahead and also just put this. Of course, if you wanted, you could also have done the same thing down, but I think this one is more clean. Okay, so you have three dashboards. Okay, so just put here the role is role, and then here also role is role, just like this. So now we should just have this doctor dashboard. Okay, so the user role is doctor, and we have doctor dashboard, which is really great. Okay, so I love that. Now we have the doctor dashboard, and we'll have all these pages created within this doctor. So if you just go here in the doctor, we have to create all these pages. Okay, we have, for instance, appointments, patients, and just go ahead and just create these. So they have to be folders, I guess, also. So for instance, actually just create them as files to actually be faster. Be faster, just create them as pages, as files. So just say appointments slash page dot tsx. Okay, so that one will just create a folder plus a page rfc. This is h2 appointments. Okay, so go ahead and create patients, new file, patients stroke page.tsx, and let's just go ahead and say rfc. We can just have h2 of patients. Okay, a new file. Just go and create inbox stroke page.tsx. So this is going to be inbox, and we still have tasks. So a new file, just going to say tasks stroke page.tsx rfc, and this is tasks. Second last, I guess, or last, which is be settings stroke page.tsx rfc. You can just go page 2 and you say settings. Okay, so once we have all the pages, we have appointments, patients, tasks, inbox, settings. Okay, so if I go to appointments, does this page exist? Okay, so it is going to dashboard appointments. We check. We can just check in the dashboard. So just go here, sidebar. I saw it somewhere. Okay, so for the doctor, everything has to route to doctor. Okay, doctor appointments, patient, and inbox. So I think all others are okay. Let me just first go back. And we have to work on our 404. Can we just work on that? I was seeing this 404. I think this is great. Okay. Let's just go and design something like this. I love it. Okay. So we could just go ahead and just go and design. So how do we put 404? So just go to this, to the app, I guess, and then we have we just write, I think it is within the app, we can just create a new file called not found.tsx, and you can just say rfc, and this one I think has to be not found. What is that? Not found. And then let's just go ahead and just return, for instance, h2 of not found. Okay. We could just not. Okay. We could just try any link that does not exist. Let's first check the question right now. The appointments, I think they're there. Okay, appointments. Patience. Now I'm just going to go and create one link that doesn't exist. Okay, so you can see now this does not exist and it is saying not found. Okay, great. You can just go ahead and just try to implement something like this. Alternatively, I just say float UI. Let me just go and just here on templates. And I see if they have like 404 pages. I might want to spend like more time designing one. You just get like already existing 404s. I think this one is also good, a good one, whereby you just take them to some. I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, so page not found, but it gives you some links where you can start from. Great. There's this one. Go back to home. This one I think it had even an image. Then we have this. Okay. I think the number one is a good one. Instead of just having nothing, you can just simply have it designed with some links. So just take one of this one. I don't know if just copy this, come here. We have to put it inside somewhere. So just come here and paste it here. Let's start with the return. So const navigation, then return. So copy this return. Let's replace it with our return here. And let's take navigation. And let's remove this. So just go and put navigation here. Okay, so we'll replace some of the things, but so far we are okay, I guess. No errors. So just go here and refresh. Okay. It doesn't look so much great. And I think for these links, I think it would be better if they were just I think it has a big max width. Okay, we have this max width, this page not found. And then we have these navigation links. Okay, but I believe they could be just like this. Uh, I'm just going to leave only one link, I guess. I don't think it is necessary to show a lot of pages, maybe two. Okay, I'm just going to show two for now. Okay, I'm just going to show only two as per C. And I also just want to make them grid. Okay. I'm just going to make them to just like side this one, this side, this one, this side. Alternatively, I could just leave it like that. So I just want to make this 404 big. And you could just go somewhere just 404, this one. First, let me just give it bold. I could first go here on shad. Let me just go on shad. And typography, let's just get this first one. Get more special this. Okay, and let's give it this. Okay, error, remove it. Just say 404. Okay, so just remake it huge. We could just say LG text. Maybe this one should be the default one on a smaller screen. But then we're just going to say like MG. I'm just going to say text. Something like maybe. So this one is how many RAMs? That is 3. Let's try about 6 RAM. Okay, so we have that. It is not that big than this one, but I think this one will work. And page not found. So we just need some text like that. Okay, I'm just going to remove this. And sorry, the page you're looking for could not be found or has been removed. I think that is a beta text. I'm just going to go to page, make it maybe text for Excel, this one. Maybe to make it, and you're just going to use path name, I guess, to know the page we are on. Can this one be a client component? I'm not even sure. So just say const path name. The path name is equal to use path name, just like that. And then from it, we can also just get the path name. We can just come here and we say, for instance, the page, this page here. So just going to say path name. And I think this one needs to be a client component. If I'm not mistaken, path name is in a client side. Use client. Let's see how this one looks like. So slash dashboard patients. We don't need this. Okay. Uh, why is that text breaking? Let's first check. This one has MXLG. Um, and this means that we need to make it maybe text 3XL here. And here is say make it 2. And then we could also just split this. I'm just going to split it to where it has this. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the 1, I guess. Let's like remove this. Oh, by the way, I think these ones were this. Sorry. I just thought it is just like that. actually just like direct path name. These ones are this. These I was trying to remove this, which doesn't actually exist on the path name. Okay, yeah, just like this. Maybe I just slightly increase this to this max width here. Mm, 2XL maybe for this one fitting properly. What have I done? Okay, so for page not found, this one. So the page uh, you're looking for could have been not cannot be found or has been removed. So this is great. So we could just send them back to home. Okay, you could just go and send them back to home. So these, I'm just going to sort of to reduce them to two. Okay, you just simply need only two links. Maybe you could just put as many the way you want to be creative. Really, this one you don't have to be. We cannot dictate how it should look like. Okay, so you can just say go back home. Okay, and then you could just create another page and what page, but okay, so just here go back home. I don't know if a description is really necessary in this case. You could just have a link and there is no need of describing it. Okay, I don't think a description is necessary, and for that matter, I'm just going to go and disable it. Okay, I will use this instead of learn more. I'm just going to use it here. You could just use it. There is also title. Okay, maybe just say something like this. Go back home or something. So at least we have something. We're not just having a blank default 404. We have some 404 you can start from. You can design it much better than this, but let's go with this one for now. Okay, so just go back to here. At least we have all now the pages. Oh, there is one for the patients. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard components, dashboard sidebar. So for a doctor, the first one dashboard, appointments, doctor appointments, patients, it has to be doctor patients. Doctor tasks is also inbox. So even these settings, so I hope everything now is okay. Okay, just click on patients. So you know patients. You click on tasks. We on tasks. Just go tasks. Inbox. And finally, this Okay, great. So now we have this working properly. Moreover, actually, even this uh, the selected is working. So now we need to create a three focused layout, a layout like this one, where we have these three. You have clicking here and then to displays this and this. Now this is, I think, a modern layout. Okay, like really it gives you a list. When you click on it, then it gives you, you just have a list here. When you click on it, it gives you detail. Like, I think this layout is really nice, and we're just going to adopt that layout in our app. Now I'm not sure how it looks like on the mobile. Okay, for which we will just look at making it responsive. But most of the times, these people who use these applications, they're actually not even using a phone, because on the phone you might not get a good experience. But we will try our level best to make sure that on the phone we give them a better experience. But for now, we're just going to use this forecast view. Okay, so where are we going to get this view? Luckily enough, I think on this on I think it's about examples. Is it examples? Let's check in blocks. You never know, I might have brought it in blocks, and yes, was in blocks. Mm, so in blocks they don't have it. Okay, in blocks they don't have it for now. So it is going to be under examples, and even under examples, it is this one. Okay, so you can see we have this email box. It has even a search. It has a list view. Okay, and then it has this side, which is like a forecast view. See here is a list of emails. When you tap into this, it goes ahead and shows this. Okay, and this is going to create another layout. Okay, it will create another layout, but it's okay. Let's just go and try to see how we are going to implement this. Okay, so we need to go and find this example for the mail. So we could just go get started with going on the GitHub. Let's open the app and app inside this examples. Okay, and then we have this mail. Okay, so you can see it has this thing has the components and has all these three things. It has the page, has data, and use image. Now, for the purposes of getting what we want very easily, we may just follow that structure. So, for instance, we are going to implement it on the inbox. So just go doctor and inbox. We need to create those three pages. We need the data and use email.ts and then page. Okay, so I'm just going to say data. Okay, so we have data dot, is it tsx or ts? And then we have use email.ts. Okay, so yes, I've use email.ts. Then we have page and then components. So you can start with from the page. Okay. It has only image. It has different components, and you can also it has also the layouts. So it has the image of the email, and I don't know which image was is that. It has two images. It has this mail, which takes in accounts, mails, then the layout. Okay, it takes in the layout, default collapsed. So let's just see layout. Mm, I think let's try getting this in the next video. Okay, I'm feeling it has some sort of like digging, and the episode is already long. Let me see it. Yeah, it's already about 2 hours. We're just going to implement this in the next episode. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. We shall just resume back from this point, and then we shall just continue from there. Thank you so much. I will see you then.